Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about one very important part of a story, and it's called the setting. The setting tells you where a story takes place and when a story takes place. Where could a story happen? Could it happen here on Earth? Could it happen in space? Could it happen at your house or in a forest? Could it happen in a castle? Could it happen on a train? Okay, when could a story happen? Maybe it happens at a certain time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Maybe it happens at night or during the day. Maybe a story happened a long time ago, in the past. Maybe it happened a certain month, like in September. Or maybe it happened a certain season, like winter, spring, fall, or summer. It is very important that you listen to give you clues to where or when the story takes place. I'm going to read you a story now. And the story is called Maybe Something Beautiful. And I want you to think about where the story takes place and when it's taking place. Sometimes stories can take place more than one place, different places. It can also take place different times. Let's see if it changes any. Maybe something beautiful. Excuse me. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Myra thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color, and her heart was filled with joy. Wonder why this city is a gray city. We know the story is taking place in a what? City. And it talks about her room, doesn't it? Let's keep reading. Okay, and here we see a man looking at a picture. Okay, we see a little girl giving a picture to the lady. On her way to school one day, Myra gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Mrs. Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. Did she really give them an apple and a flower? No, she gave them a picture of an apple and a flower, and I bet she drew the pictures. Okay, our most important character in our story is Myra, even though there are some other characters in our story. Let's keep reading. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Myra taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. Okay, why would the city be a little less gray? Right, because she was putting up her pretty pictures on walls and she was giving them to the people in her community. Let's keep reading. The next day, Myra saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Myra asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Okay, where's the story taking place? In the city, in the walls that's in the city. Okay, and he sees something beautiful. What was it? I bet it was her paintings. Let's see. Oh, look at this. I'm going to have to turn the book this way. Look at that. And just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Look at what he's doing. He's painting on the wall, isn't he? He's adding color. I bet the city is not as great now. Let's turn it back this way. Who are you? Myra asked. I'm an artist, he said. A muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed Myra a brush. Then come on. Okay, a person that paints on big walls, paints pictures or scenes on the walls, are called a muralist. And a muralist is a kind of artist. Myra can be an artist too, or a muralist. Myra dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yah-wee! The wall lit up like sunshine. Look how pretty. Is she becoming a muralist? Yes. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Myra added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. So they were all doing drawings on the wall. They're all being muralist and adding color to the wall. Do you think they had music? Probably singing, dancing, playing instruments. Even Myra's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Myra put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? He added. So Myra handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Did you think that's what the policeman was going to ask? No, I didn't either, because look at the expression on his face. No, I thought he was going to tell them to stop, but instead he wanted to join in with them. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Myra and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy. Joy is happiness. Look at all the color that they've added. Planting plants, painting the houses. Okay, they're having fun by dancing and talking to each other. Oh, I have to turn the book this way again. Wherever Myra and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine. And everyone danced. Together they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. And how do they feel? Yes, excited, happy. They loved being together. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. You are my friends. You are all artists, he told them. The world is your canvas. He smiled wide, then pulled everything together in big sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. Yes. When he was finished, Myra added one more bird, way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe, Maybe what? Oh, we don't know, do we? Our school has lots and lots of murals in it. A long time ago, there was a man that came and painted some murals on our walls. When you get back to school, I want you to take a look around and see if you see some of these murals. So he was a muralist, which is a kind of artist. Okay, but I ask you, when and where did our story take place? That's called the setting. It took place mostly in the city, didn't it? Around town. And when did it take place? Well, most of the time it was taking place during the daytime, wasn't it? Because they had to see to be able to paint. Very good, boys and girls. That's called the setting of the story.